Hello everybody, it is Fufu here with another Why You Should Use. Today we will be looking at that old dragon Pokemon Drampa, but after this video, why don't you check out a very special video on John's channel.
On my channel, we will be going over why you should use Turtonator in Pokemon Sun and Moon, the other dragon Pokemon, kind of the counterpart to Drampa, but before you go there, stay tuned and let's hear about this old cool little dragon.
Design.
This dragon is super goofy and I love it. His eyebrows are on fleek, he's got that funny little curly mustache thing, and his hair is just ridiculous. His body is like tiny compared to his neck and face and everything. It's just, it's so goofy and so great. I absolutely love this design.
And it just reminds me of Sam, old man Foof, goofy Foof.
Oi!
With all of that stuff going on, even though, Goofy Sam over here has a compassionate personality, when angered, it completely destroys the surroundings with its intense breath. I really like this, kind of line of text because it is a goofy Pokemon. It's, a grandpa dragon, which is actually something we've needed for a while, but it is still a powerful Pokemon, and it's not something you should trifle with.
Typing and stats.
Drampa is Dragon Normal. Now this is a unique typing, which is cool. However, the normal type is, I don't know how useful it is. It adds a ghost immunity, which is nice, but gives a fighting weakness, and fighting type attacks are very common, so that's not so nice. And really offensively, it doesn't add too much, because dragon types are resisted by steel types, and so are normal type attacks. So it doesn't add too much. Normal type attacks, I guess, can hit fairies, whereas dragons can't. But yeah, they don't complement each other too well offensively.
When you look at its stats, there's one thing that stands out positively, and then something we expect from every single Lolomon at this point. It does have 135 special attack, and that's the positive thing. I mean, that is always scary. It doesn't matter if the rest of the stats were terrible. That's always going to hit hard. It's a dragon type, and it's special attack, so you assume it's going to have something powerful like Draco Meteor, and worst comes to worst, we go through the rest of it, you don't like anything about this mon. 135 stab special dragon moves, that is. Very exciting. 36 speed. I mean, every Pokemon in this gen is slow, so that's just what you have to expect. Sadly, its defenses don't really kind of back up the good special attack and low speed, so it's not going to be the best bulky attacker with 78 HP, which is usable. It's not amazing. 85 defense, again, usable, not amazing. 91 special defense. I'd probably say usable and good, when you get to that point. I mean, it's just, they're decent, but it's just not incredible. Attack at 60 isn't really usable. But at the end of the day, I think the 135 special attack really stands out and makes this a Pokemon that you should definitely consider using for, if nothing else, that is a very nice thing.
Ability.
Drampa gets a unique ability in Berserk, and this is really, really cool. It gives it +1 special attack when its HP drops below half. And this is every time its HP drops below half. So if it's able to recover up its HP above half and then it goes below again, he'll get another special attack boost. So that could be really, really useful and a very cool new ability. It also gets access to Sap Sipper, which is always great to have the option for immunity. I think Berserk is normally probably going to be the thing you go for because he can tank a hit, get that special attack boost, and hit back very hard. But Sap Sipper, always a nice thing to have if your team just wants a grass type immunity, and maybe a more reliable ability than Berserk, just because you know that you will be able to switch in on those grass type moves. The final one is Cloud 9. This one is a bit more situational. Obviously, it's only going to work if your opponent brings weather, and it stops that weather from working, stops the weather abilities and things. So that can be good. If there is going to be a lot of weather this generation, it might be great. But I'm not predicting to see a ton of it. Now Pelipper gets Drizzle, Torkoal gets Drought, we might see a bit more, and it could be useful there. But I think that the other two abilities do overshadow it just a little bit.
Moves.
Before I get into Drampa's notable moves, I just want to say there are far too many notable moves for us to go over all of them and show you all on screen. So definitely, if you want to use this thing, really go through and look at all of the different moves it gets. But on that note, it gets really good stab with Draco Meteor or Dragon Pulse, and Draco Meteor can be really good. I mean, along with Berserk, if you get the special attack boost, you could be going with the 135 special attack with the +1. That's going to hit like a truck. Or Dragon Pulse if you just want to keep getting those Berserk pluses. Hyper Voice stab going to be pretty good. It gets Bolt Beam coverage and Thunderbolt and Ice Beam. Flamethrower is going to be nice, Energy Ball is going to be really nice, and it has so much more coverage when it comes to the special side. Roost is really cool to see this guy have. I didn't expect it to get Roost, but that's a really, really good move, and it works really well with Berserk, so that is fantastic. Glare, really, really nice move as well, especially with Thunder Wave having, less accuracy. This thing, you can Thunder Wave pretty much anything you want. It's not gonna miss often. I'm pretty sure Glare is 90% accuracy.
100.
90%, it's 100, even better.
Yeah.
That is what I was thinking, and that's better than Thunder Wave now. So be super excited about that. And just in general, I mean, this thing has so much it can do. You don't want to go Cloud 9 because, in this situation I'm about to talk about, it does get Thunder. I'm pretty sure it also gets Blizzard. So you could actually use this guy on a weather team. You could also use this guy to stop a weather team. So many options, very exciting.
Set idea.
So the set we've gone with is actually different to some things that we've discussed before. We're going to give it leftovers, we're going to have that berserk ability because it's really cool to try out. We're actually going to make it defensive because we're going to do a Calm Mind set. Now, it does get access to Calm Mind, and that will allow it to boost the special attack and boost the special defense. So if you've got a defensive Pokemon already, you can boost that special defense so it can take all sorts of hits, have a super high special attack stat, and then use Roost to get its health back up, and then maybe get some more berserk boosts so the opponent tries to chip away at you. And then you can hit with Dragon Pulse as a stab move, and then Flamethrower there just as coverage to hit the Steel types, for example. So we thought that this Calm Mind Roost set would be really cool. It plays with the Berserk ability to its best, and that's really the thing that we wanted to try out with this guy, because I think that that's the standout thing with Drampa. No other Pokemon gets this ability, so we wanted to make the most of it, and I think that this Calm Mind Roost set really does that.
The Calm Mind Roost set we've come up with is actually one of my favorite sets I've seen just in general. I think it's going to be really fun, but there are other things you can do with Drampa. Assault Vest set would be really nice. As I said, that 91 special defense is definitely usable, and once you throw this on, it's going to be taking some hits. Once you get below 50%, Berserk's going to, flare up. You're going to be able to have a lot of coverage moves, which is great because it learns so much. So Assault Vest definitely can be useful. And Specs, if you don't want to deal with any of that stuff, you want to make it as simple as possible. Specs, Draco everything. Have fun. Obviously you're going to have 3 other coverage moves. That's great, but I mean, just drop Dracos on everything. 135 special attack. You're slow enough that they're going to get you below 50%. Then it's +1, and it's, oh my god, that would just be ridiculously powerful.
So there you have it, the surprisingly powerful Grandpa Pokemon. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for all the support you've been showing to this series. We both really appreciate it. Now you can go and check out Turtonator on John's channel. Please do that because it is a very interesting Pokemon and the counterpart to Drampa, so definitely worth checking out. But all that's left to be said is I've been Fufu, you've been awesome, and hopefully see you next time. Goodbye.